It feels like I'm watching, for the last 2 days, it feels like I'm watching the classic movie Animal House. And that scene where the kid is getting his ass hit with a paddle just keeps coming up to my mind.
Thank you, sir. May I have another? Thank you, sir. May I have another? Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Every time I look at McCarthy lose, ballot after ballot after ballot after ballot after ballot after ballot, I'm counting because at the time of making this video, on January 4th at 4:40 Eastern Time, he lost again for the sixth time his bid to become the Speaker of the House. And now, at the time I'm making this video, the House has adjourned till 8 p.m. tonight. For what? More of the same? Do you want more, McCarthy? Enough is enough. Even if you become the Speaker of the House, you're going to be a weak Speaker of the House. Half the Republicans hate your ass. The other half want you to become president, or at the very least, just want you to be House so they can get into office to start their revenge porn BS on Joe Biden. It just feels so weird to me that any person would put themselves through this kind of humiliation. I sure as hell wouldn't. If I've been told, you know what, I'm going to read you this article real quick from Occupy Democrats. 5 waits, 6 fails. Squire McCarthy has little face left after losing a fifth or sixth round. How can McCarthy stand it? Six round of voting on Wednesday in his contest and craven an attempt to be Speaker of the House. I mean, if you found out that enough of your coworkers hated you because they just told the entire world that they hate you, would you sit around and let them publicly humiliate you for the rest of the day and then come back for the next day for more of the same? Or would you get all the stuff you prematurely moved into the office that wasn't yours and go home? No one is kink shaming around here, but McCarthy is clearly into humiliation. He came back for a second day. This performative BS we're watching play out shows a GOP in full disarray, with ever-shifting loyalties. Wednesday's votes for Representative Jim Trump Monkey Jordan have now shifted to Representative Brian Donalds of Florida, who just happens to be black.
Black.
Things got very I'm not racist when very racist Chip Racism Ahoy Roy nominated Donalds to oppose the Democrats' new leader, Representative Hakeem Jeffries of New York, who is, say it with me, everyone,
Black. Black.
oh, the pain is just so bad with this. Why not just call Brian Donalds your token when you're nominating him racist? Meanwhile, Twitter was still feasting on McCarthy's still warm carcass Wednesday afternoon as the House prepared its sixth vote. He was already going to lose because Donalds has taken away at least 20 votes from him at press time. Stay tuned for the seventh fail. We'll be here for it. And obviously, in my mind, I'm still thinking about that kid who was in the movie Animal House getting his ass ripped over and over again, and during the fraternity scene, screaming, "Thank you, sir, may I have another?" That's you, McCarthy. Have you had enough? Obviously you haven't. Okay. 1. Thank you, sir, may I have another? 2. Thank you, sir, may I have another? 3. Thank you, sir, may I have another? 4. Thank you, sir, may I have another? 5. Thank you, sir, may I have another?
Thank you, sir. May I have another? sir. May I have another?
I guess we're gonna have to wait till 8 o'clock tonight to figure out to hear if there's gonna be a eighth whipping, or if they're gonna, or if the Republican Party is going to choose someone and move forward. But the joke of all of this is they're not worried about the country. They're not worried about getting the work. They're not worried about doing the job of governing this nation. They just want to start the revenge porn BS on Biden. And I'm not talking about Joe Biden either. I'm talking about a Biden who has no position in this government. None. As opposed to the last guy's family who was all over the government. I'm talking about Barbie, Beavis, and the Basehead. But it reminds me, because I'm enjoying all of this, because it reminds me why we can't trust the Republican Party with this country's government. You got one half who wants to act, who I so hardly believe wants to do good, wants to bring this country back on the right track. And you got the other side who is full MAGA, that thinks that their good looks, their sexy hips, when they wear guns at their hip, is going to help anything. The fact that they tried out a black man to try to offset the Democrats' black man. It's pathetic. You're pathetic, Roy. Well, we're gonna have to wait until 8 o'clock. Well, 7 o'clock to well, whenever it starts again. Maybe we'll get a seventh vote. Maybe they'll adjourn for the night. Maybe they'll try it all again tomorrow night. But oh my God, this is just ridiculous. It's a waste of fucking time. If you can't find someone, then give the votes to King Jeffries. That's just my view. I mean, it's obvious that the Republican Party is not going to put Mike McCarthy in. So what's the point? What is the point? Sorry, Republicans. No, actually, I'm not sorry. I'm going to say this real quick, and I'm going to close this video out before the next session starts. You put yourselves right in the middle of all of this shit because you were beholden to Donald Trump. Donald Trump is gone, but now he's still the leader of your party, and you're following his orders. The only problem is not all of you Republicans are following the orders of Donald Trump, and I commend you for that. Jump off the bandwagon, jump off the MAGA train, and join us. Yeah, it's ugly. Yeah, I know. Your constituents are going to hate your fucking guts for it. But in the end of the day, you have proven yourselves men and women Americans in this country. And not the lapdogs, not the whores of Donald fucking Trump. This could end today. But you don't want it to end. And apparently McCarthy, maybe he likes the sadomasochistic shit. Maybe he loves being whipped, beaten. Maybe he loves that stuff. But in the end of the day, what have you accomplished? There is no Congress happening until a Speaker of the House is going to be there. Hakeem Jeffries has won every single ballot. Mathematically, votes-wise, he's won all the votes to make him Speaker. How long are you going to keep this up, McCarthy? And I'm not trying, and frankly, and honestly, there's a possibility we could have a Republican Speaker of the House. Maybe it might be Jim Jordan, the rapist enabler that ignored kids being raped at Ohio State. Maybe it might be the child sex trafficker, Matt Gaetz. Maybe it might be the scumbag Chip Roy if he wants to join in. The idiotic cowboy who's a fucking racist at his bright. We have to get it through to our heads. There's a possibility that a Republican will lead the House of Representatives. However, the longer they do this bullshit, the weaker the Republican Party will look. And as I said before, earlier in this video, I'm loving every bit of it. The Holy Bible says that we reap what we sow. You sowed into this thing a long time ago, Republicans, and now it's time for you to reap it, eat it, live with it. You could have ended this bullshit years ago. You didn't want to because you're too much of cowards or too greedy or too corrupt to end it. So we're going to end it for you. This needs to stop. Now, I may not agree with a lot about how King Jeffries is, but at least the Democrats got everything under together. We disagree, but we don't do the bullshit that we're hearing about. You guys are cursing each other out, making under-the-table deals that break up. My God, people, enough. You say you want to fix this country. You say you want to work this country. End the pain. Either get McCarthy in or vote for King Jeffries. Either way, this needs to stop. And frankly, I'm not giving you any advice to save your party. Your party's already fucked up. And it's going to be on life support the longer it's going to be here. You're done, Republicans, GOP, MAGA. You're done. I have my reactions of 8 o'clock's meeting sooner or later, either here or on Facebook. CTP, know the truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.